Oh, darlings, it certainly is more than a feeling, ain't it? Oh, man, don't that Boston just take you away, make you feel like dancing all the way across the skies and the stars, and just being where you are, dancing across the skies and the stars with your feet right here on the earth, same time. Isn't that amazing how we can do that? We can be in so many places at the same time. We can be a multiplicity of persons in a multiplicity of realities, man, and have an engagement personally with each and every one of them. We have incredible creative capabilities as human beings, I'm telling you guys. It's just expansive beyond belief, so don't believe it. Just be it. Now look, proof of some positive, transformative things in this reality, man. We got this beautiful Grandpaw mug that, I put out over there on thecoyoteclub.com. And so it's got the likenesses of me emblazoned upon a coffee mug. It's got like 4 likenesses of myself, and over the top of it in a real pretty sort of way in colorful letter, and it says Grandpa Coyote there at the beginning of it, where the happy picture is. That's me and the ascendant butterfly and the heart right there above my hat, giving a little radio soliloquy with my hands up, all upraised, man. That's a beautiful picture, man. Shoot. I love that one, man. It's like, that's just the Coyote Medicine Show right there, man. I love it. It's beautiful. I know you guys can see this in persona, just let the energy flow. And then there's one of old Grandpa without his hat on, and he's obviously making a point, and he's kind of like got that reddish glow on, the early morning glaze, I call it. And then there's old Grandpa with a cigarette dangling out of his mouth and his little warm plaid jacket on him that Lisa, the Munchkin, gave me so long ago. And it's just, oh man, I always feel so warm when I'm wearing that jacket because I feel her warmth around me. Lisa, sweet love to you there in Boulder, Colorado, babies. I hope the morning sunrise finds you doing just fine this morning. Coming back to life in a very good way. And then, of course, the beginning image that usually faces if you're right-handed. It's going to be facing outward if you're left-handed. So be prepared for some abuse, because there is a punk-ass picture of me in my fancy-ass cowboy jacket. I just bought that down in San Diego. Oh, my goodness, I tell you. I thought I was that dude, man. Or at least I was trying to be. I was so God blessed confused. But what a little punker there, man, But it shows you, from whence you come is not always from whence you go. Now, I'm still that little punk inside, but boy, he's sure become a whole lot more playful in this reality, hasn't he, man? He's still a rebellious little shit, but look at how much joy he's managed to conjure up for himself and other people. And all of us just symbolize on this tiny little mug here that you can get over at the mug shop, hey, there on thecoyoteclub.com, thecoyoteclub.com. Coyote's always spelled with a K, and club is too in this instance, But that's where you'll find them. And they're, oh, babies. Whew. And then, of course, we got the Mary Jane mug over there, too. Mary Jane Gateway to Paradise. It's a souvenir mug for our Friday night television show. It shows, like the heavenly city there, the city of light, as I call it. Mary Jane going through the rainbow above it, At one end of the rainbow is the little Coyote Medicine Show logo there. On the other end is the CCN logo there. And beneath it, it says Gateway to Paradise, and it's surrounded by 2 very technicolor Mary Jane leaves, babies, And wow, it's all floating in the clouds and drifting against the blue sky. I mean, gee whiz. That says a lot. That's an eye catcher. That's an attention getter. Me, I would probably, if I was more considerate of myself, I would have put this on my trophy shelf. Except I don't have any other trophies to put with it, so I'll just keep drinking coffee out of it. And saluting you guys. Kalink, kalink, here's to y'all on this very beautiful day in this Coyote way. Oh, yeah, so says Grandpa, man. It's got to be so, don't you know? Fills my heart with sweet delight to drink from such a loving mug. And then, of course, we've also got the official Coyote Club mugs hanging out over there. I mean, wow, they're pretty gorgeous in their simplicity, man. They, and they're quite eye-catching too, because there's a subliminal message there. No, it's not pornographic. It ought to be, huh? Yeah, just for fun. Damn, we missed that one. Yeah. Well, I don't think so. Not if you think, unless you think love is pornographic. No, it's a reality. It's a union of heart. You see that on just about all of our little mugs that we put out, Hey, and we can custom make mugs for you if you want us to, and so don't forget that. You see, we're listener supported here on the Coyote Medicine Show and on the Mary Jane Gateway to Paradise program. All of that is listener supported, which means, we got to be able to keep flying here, baby. So, whatever you can do. Besides that, we just like to share, You see how we share here. We just do it openly and willingly, and we bring in all these rock stars from rock and roll heaven to give us some of their best performances, to bring our energies forward and keep us rocking in this reality, being the rock stars that we are. Yes, indeed, see. So this is just a way of sharing that love in a little more grand way, For example, the Grandpaw Coyote mug here, man. Where else on earth are you going to find something like this? Nowhere, I mean, and it's handmade by little old me. I mean, not the mug, but the imprints upon it are, and, it's like a work of heart. And so I'm sharing a little piece of my heart energy here with you in these mugs, and you're not exactly paying for them. You're just making a small donation. See, that's where life begins, right there. We're all sharing with each other, and it really ain't a donation at all. We're just sharing. That's what we're doing, man. You share with me, I share with you. I share with you, you share with me too. And it's a circle that keeps going round and round. And because these things are kind of cosmic, one way or another, they really are, man. And because they are, these mugs, because they are, well, they're quite attention-getting, and people will ask questions, and you might make some connections you might otherwise have missed with some people, you see, and be able to expand a little more consciously into your own reality by sharing, the simplicity of living truth with others. You'll be amazed when you sit down and start talking to people that you don't even know and probably wouldn't trust any further than you could throw them. Yet you can sit there and have this heartfelt conversation that's so simple, so pure, but so connected. It's deep, but it's not a deep conversation. It's a light conversation. You're giggling like little school kids, and he's an old wino from way back, and you're an old hippie from, well, we'll talk about that one later, but baby, you lived a life, and it's colorful, ain't it? Yeah. And look at you share your colorful range of being between the two of you, and then there's three of you, and then there's four of you, and then there's more of you. Just because you brought out a little coffee mug and took it down to the local little espresso shop and hung out for a little bit, had them put a little espresso in there or a little coffee or whatever it is you do, man, Some of you weaklings drink tea, I know, I do my best. I pray for you every day. Hope that you'll see the way and shine the light. In fact, just to help you get it right, I got to do this week. I got to motivate myself this weekend, I guess now. So I'll try and get as much done as I can between here and like Monday, Tuesday, something like that. But, just to help you out, just to encourage you to, give up your weakling habits and try some real coffee for a change. I may just arrange now, if you'd be nice to me now. I may just arrange for you to get a little rescue kit. It'll have, maybe a couple of mugs and a half a pound of some really fine, organic, fair trade, shade grown by your mother's uncle who lives with your mother's aunt, and anyway, it's all pretty relative to the love that they put into the plant, and you taste it in the flavor of the bean when it's been properly roasted, as these will be. I get them from a local source and supplier here in the Crestonia area. There's actually people that roast coffee beans here and do a right job of it, man, and they only do organic, so we're rocking, ain't we? See, so I'm gonna make a little arrangement with them, and we'll just put a little of that good coffee of the month club or something, and we'll throw a little of that in there, for a sizable donation of 7,000, 10,000. No, I'm kidding, of course. We'll put it out there as reasonable as we can. You got to keep in mind, I include shipping on all my prices, and sometimes it's a little stiff, you know. I mean, you got a little weight like these mugs, and then they're a little fragile too. But anyway, it's like, wow, there's not always a cheap fare, so that's a factor in the pricing there, you know. And plus, we got to make a little out of it, you know. So we can keep things going here, you know. We got to upgrade the pewter here pretty soon, and upgrade the studio here pretty soon. And guess what? We got some dreams to fulfill here. I shared the gathering center with you in a little more full way yesterday, and I think we're going to do that one all the way. I think we're going to create this thing here and let this become what we are. And I don't necessarily, you know, well, maybe the coffee mugs would bring me enough to get things going. Boy, it'd sure be a lot of work putting out that many of them, let me tell you. But I reckon, you know, maybe, you know, the dream will just create itself. And when the need is there, the fulfillment will be right along with it, too, you know. You don't ask and you don't persuade, you create. You dream powerfully from the heart. You let the heart design it. You see, you let the old planning and scheming thing step out of the way, because you don't have to do that this time. No way. You just let it kind of flow through you, you know. You just close your eyes with your hands open and probably sitting in your lap somehow with the palms raised upwards. You know, it's a good position. You can do whatever feels comfortable to you. That works for me. It helps a lot, you know, because then you get that triangulation of energy going, creates a pure center for the expressions of love you're about to experience and share. Then you go into this dreaming space, you know. You just close your eyes and you just drift into this dreaming space, you know, which is a profound dream. It's coming. You can feel its energy in your heart. You can feel it arising, you know. And at first it's kind of like a gold and a glitter and, you know, all the light of life, you know, moving around. And then it starts to take shape and form. You see the rainbows of love all around you, the protective energies of love, which pretty much neutralize and detoxify any harshness that might come your way, you know. And then you begin to see the vision of yourself. You begin to see the heart as the person from which you extend into this person that you are. You begin to see the heart as the creative source of things. You see this light flowing through it, coming from it, expanding in all directions. Wow. Talk about a mid-course correction. Now you live in the divine presence, in the divine way, and you experience the creation as you bring it into being, as it flows from you into this creation which surrounds you, which now you're beginning to feel. Finally, you see the numbness that's been there, the harshness that's held you away from this place forever. Look at this now with this pure glowing vision you're having, the eyes of innocence. And let yourself be free, released from the toxicity of burden, blessed only by the abundance of blessings through which you have lived and in this most blessed moment are living. Awake and alive in your own creation. And seeing such things, wonderful things, as this little gathering center in Crestone for the Vibe Tribe coming together, seeing the whole earth unite in a singular way, a singular form of consciousness that's lived in equity, pure love shared between all beings and energies that live here. Far more than interconnectedness, it's living in the flow of life and seeing it, literally, being it, literally, and seeing ourselves as these little, what you can call us islands in the stream, but there is no island. But personifications that rise up out of the stream of life, but all things living in that stream with you. That's our unity, and that's our equity, and that's our creation, as we would have it be. That's our truth. And that's where we be. And that's the gift that we share with ye each and every day here in this Coyote way. Yeah, another way, another recipe, another little form of it coming forward now. Another level. See? We're becoming active in this reality now. We're no longer the passive players, sitting in the background and dreaming things to be different for folks and helping them along the way without their even knowing it, of course. How else would you be? But now you recognize that you are the rock star, that it's okay to step forward and shine your light in public places as well as private ones. Everywhere you go. Across the sky if you're flying, and all around the earth, wherever you're walking, wherever you're traveling. Wherever your little fanny takes you, sitting down on that old granny seat and going for it, You should have a Mazda Miata with a little bit of a warp drive. Yeah. Ooh, that's the hot chick about that one. We'll tell you about that one later, man. But of course, you've heard it 1,000 times before here on the Coyote Medicine Show, ain't you? But each time you hear about it, to me it's a little more thrilling because, wow. To think of what we're truthfully capable of, and even though I have a lot of fun with that little metaphor of the hot chick and her Miata, wow, there's a reality there, babies. There's a truth. See, when you're in that place where we just experienced together, when you're in that place, you're beginning to realize, when you see yourself in that flow, that's life, and you see your formation in it as life. As your person, but you see all the rest of the persons in it too, man. It's everything rises up from the same stream of life. What I call the flow. That's the direction in which it goes. It's magnetic, in a sense, in the sense that it pulls you along, because it's the flow of the river, You can call that magnetic if you want to, but if you're in the water, you're going with it wherever it's going, and all the water's going in the same direction. Even though each little bibble and dribble and little molecule of water is its own little person in its own little right, going with the flow of the grander river of life, and consciously present in all of that river as the single molecule. Oh, we go around that one a little bit, don't we, man? Shit. Wow. But we're starting to get it. We're starting to understand what it is to be, the molecule, the wave on the ocean, that comes ashore and washes everything clean. The huge tidal wave of love, which is still in process. This is why we can become the rock stars today, because, nothing's in our way any longer. We're a tidal wave. Just allowing ourselves to be who we are, present in ourselves, we're a tidal wave. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to talk to people. If you're too damn shy, it's okay. Don't let nothing get in your way. Just shine. You must live in a high place where you can influence people, see, even from a distance, in that quiet way like you've been doing forever, but now just let it shine. Wherever you are, whatever you do, you're going down to the bank to pay your credit union off, well, shine. Let the tellers see you, let the customers see you, let the bank guards see you, etc., be bright in these dark places. Wherever you be, shine that light, man. Just let it be. In other words, I'm saying, stay in the feeling you got right now. Let go of anything that interferes. Any fear that might rise up, you can see right through that shit. Why would you fear ultimate love? Why would you fear shining? Do you think you're going to get mobbed like rock stars do? Well, I reckon that's a possibility, but I wouldn't see it happening to you. Now, would you? Really, if you live in these rainbows of love and they surround you, well, all people can be is loving to you see. And the obsessive tendencies that, normally a rock star would have to endure with his patronage, well, actually becomes far different than it was, and there's a genuine sharing of a caring heart. There's a recognition of the uniformity of love, the equity between us. And then the teeny bopper, the old band chaser starts to realize that she's a bigger rock star as you are. Maybe a little bigger because she's prettier. Oh, baby, there's real equity in it everywhere. So little rock stars, be who you are. Come forward now, man. Just let it shine, baby. Just don't let anything get in your way. You can give the devil her due when you got time someday, but in the meantime, just haul ass, Pretend you're driving that Mazda Miata across the stars and through the universes, and doing a darn good job of it. There you go. Then you see how your life should be doing right now. Accelerating past comprehension and going places that only persons in a very, very special little spaceship can go. Yeah, the spaceship love. It's you, it's me. And it's this funky little reality that surrounds us here at 9,000 feet high in the Rocky Mountain sky, which is, of course, an extension of our heart that's brought it into being and made it present for us so we could do this divine little performance in this divine little way and help us all get along with this ascendant tendency that we seem to want to display. Oh, yeah. We've had enough of the old way, the old day, and the haphazard ways of the unreality and the untruthful coldness, the heartlessness that's been here. Enough, enough, enough. Turn it off, babies. Start to shine. You see, you let go of the other shite. It's a part of you now. It's a part of your experience. It's shine bright. Right through that. Nothing stops you. Nothing's in your way. See, we unburdened ourselves last Monday, and it's just growing on from there now, ain't it, guys? Sure feels like it to me. As I ride along on this pale horse of love, man. Spaceship love feels like the pale horse of love. So does my little rocking chair in which I sit here and do our little medicine show together with y'all, man. It's like, wow. Medicine in the morning, babies. It's getting stronger now. As the days are getting longer, it seems like it's getting more clear, don't it? Ooh, listen here. Wasn't 420 fun? How about June 21? Are you planning on coming over to Crestone, Colorado to party down with the old Grandpaw that day? We'll see with the locals. We'll get them to party with us one way or another, These guys all got to shake a leg, They got their festival coming up in August, but that's way too long away. We got to do it in June, wouldn't you say? Right at solstice, so that's like a Sunday, I think. I'll look at my calendar again when I'm off the air here and double check it. But June 21, we're going to have some fun here in Crestone, Colorado. There's no particular place of assemblage. I don't have an agenda. I don't have a program. I know there'll be music because people have musical hearts and tend to bring drums and guitars and sing a lot and shit like that as we gather around the campfires of love. And, I'll just say it this way. The itinerary will be according to who shows up and how many, and we'll respond accordingly with, wherever we go with it. But, if a location that's a little more secure pops up in the meantime, well, then we might use that. But let's just put your aim at coming and partying down with the locals here in Crestone, Colorado on June 21, summer solstice. You betcha, baby. Things turn on the solstice, don't they? Yes, they do. And now you know what it feels like to have a solstice in you. Oh, and don't forget your Grandpa mug, man. I talk about solstice, man, and revolution. Well, some people might see it as revolting, but I can't help it, I'm just a punk kid. What do I know? Let's get on with this here Coyote Medicine Show. Keep ourselves in the flow. Get on over to the Coyote Club, don't you know? TheCoyoteClub.com, man. Get it on. Oh, baby. Oh, these guys are so funky. I love them so much. Just, wow, man. What can you say? Aero Smith, take it away.